Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of my AFL 26 Management Career Mode here with Port Adelaide. Hope you're all doing very well today. We are looking to get our season back on track after a couple of really dodgy weeks. We lost a couple of weeks ago, then we had a big win over North Melbourne, I believe it was, and we barely survived Melbourne in the last video. So we're hoping to get through today's video against the Tigers unscathed, unscratched. Hopefully we'll be okay. And the Tigers, a very young side. We did do a trade with them in the off-season. We did send Willie Rioli off to the Tigers, and he's not long retired in real life. So congratulations on a fine career to Willie Rioli, but he's still playing today as the Tigers go through the banner. Now, I've got a few pieces of admin that I want to talk about quickly before we start. If you could help me get to 1,000 subscribers, that would be fantastic, as we are very, very close. You guys have been awesome with getting the subscribers up in the last few weeks. And I should say that with NBA 2K26 being released, I believe on Saturday it'll be for me, because I get the early access as Joe Berry takes a nice mark at centre half forward. Let's kick it at Owen Miles. The AFL videos are going to be slowing down ever so slightly, because I know I've been uploading basically, that's a terrible kick. I've been uploading every weekday, and hopefully once 2K comes out, I'll still be able to do that with some kind. I would still like to upload a couple of AFL videos a week, but obviously with the release of the new game, I'll be looking to prioritize my basketball content, so I'm sure you guys can understand that. But once that's fully up and running, everything will basically go back to normal. Anyway, that's all the admin I wanted to get done. Now I can actually concentrate on what we're actually doing, and that is the task at hand, as Lukosius looking to take a mark in the middle of the ground. He does very nicely. Looking for Burton at center wing, does fantastically well. Dersma sitting under it with Gibcus as the defender. He takes the mark. And I've made some slight adjustments to the difficulty of set shots, because I feel like it has been quite easy the last couple of weeks with our set shots. Although we are still kicking a lot of behinds, that's probably just up to my shot selection. As Dersma puts through the first of the day, I'm very, very keen for us to have a good game today. And obviously with the Tigers, they are very, very young, still recovering, losing a lot of their older champions from their Premiership dynasty. As Lukosius takes the mark in the pocket, and he's going to line up for his first today. I wouldn't be surprised if this game is a little bit of a blowout, as Richmond are rock bottom of the ladder as things currently stand, and we are in the top four. We're actually equal first, but just on percentage. If we can get the win here today, we should be moving towards the top half, or the top of the ladder, I should say. As Butters with a nice tackle. Berry, actually it's Waffle, excuse me, wraps up. That is holding the ball. Berry looking for Miles now. He's going to have a second crack on the goals. He missed his first shot earlier when I wasn't really concentrating. Hopefully this kick will be a little bit better. And that looks pretty good. Straight through the middle. We have 3 within 5 minutes. Tigers finally working the ball forward. Ralph Smith, long ball from the middle of the ground. Can't get a mark on the goal line. The Tigers finally hit the scoreboard. Very nicely done by Hugo Ralphsmith, straight out of the guts. Streaming forward and put that one through the big sticks. We've made a couple of interchanges. Moraes, who had I think 40 odd disposals in the SANFL last week, finds Joe Berry very nicely inside forward 50. Kicked I think 6 goals for last week against Melbourne. Hopefully we'll be able to get another goal for him today. That is offline. Tom Lynch pushing the ball forward for the Tigers, as Seth Campbell takes the mark, goes wide to Tommy Dow. Back over the top to Campbell. Actually ends up in the hands of Jack Ross. Going to be having a shot on goal. Already has the 3 disposals on the game. So the Tigers still making a game of it. They've been pretty competitive so far, even though they're at the bottom of the ladder, and they already have 2. Looking for another clearance here. We handball backwards. That's not advantage. That's not what I wanted, but it's worked out okay, as Butters has the ball at half forward. Going to be sending it deep. It's a 2-on-1. Rosie or Lukosius. It's going to be Lukosius. Last year's Coleman medalist only played the 4 games this year so far. That one is no good. Probably could have gone around the body to create a bit of a better angle. I'm surprised that one actually made it to Mansell on the full. Ball going forward, now finds Watkins. Back to Mansell. Kick inside is risky. Moraes cuts it off very nicely. Let's kick back to the hot spot. Jackson Mead sitting under it. Few players down there, but Mead takes the mark very easily. Ball over the top. I was looking for Butters, but that did not work to our favour whatsoever as Burgoyne takes the mark. We've got a ton of players just deep in the goal square. We're going to go over the top. Mead drops it, leaves the ball behind. Oh, we have absolutely butchered that. Let's try again. Silvani takes the mark. Little kick over the top, and Taylor Goad takes it. And the less we talk about this kick, the better. As you can already see, the set shot difficulty has increased. That was terrible. 8-point game, middle of the first quarter. Parsons now at halfback, wearing Trent Cotchin's favourite number 9. Or famous number 9, I should say. Burgoyne going to full forward once again. Dersma takes the mark. Lining up for his second of the day. No mistake there. Straight through the middle. Port Adelaide have 4, and it's a 14-point lead. And one thing that we do have to keep an eye on is that we have no Wanganeen Miller today. Obviously got injured in the last game up against Melbourne. So we're going to be hoping that we can get a little bit of run off of halfback, even though he's not there. Goad takes the mark. We got players wide. It's going to end up in the hands of Burgoyne. As I was saying, no Wanganeen Miller today. So Burgoyne going to be crucial to our run off of halfback. He chips in with a goal early. Port Adelaide have 5, and we're already into a 20-point lead early in the first quarter. Not looking good for the Tigers. Nankervis now on the wing. Miles and Mansell. Mansell does well, sends it long. Rosie's down there, trying to get the fist. Rioli gets wrapped up. That's Willie Rioli. And that could be a push in the back. It's not a push in the back this time around. Obviously, Morris Rioli Jr. also on the list, but he did not. I don't think he's playing today. Loose ball at half forward. Watkins sends it long again. The Tigers get another. Free kick to Richmond in the middle of the ground. Silvani standing strong. It's actually Burton. I always get them confused because of the single-digit Guernsey number and the right shoulder tape. We leave the ball behind once again. Richmond working the ball forward. Really well done by Miles to pick that one up, and that is really unlucky to be holding the ball. Ball's kicked short, finds Alga. Down the line now, we need a mark from Zerk Thatcher. Takes it over his head, really nicely done. Let's play on quickly. Sam Draper into the game for the first time. Lockie Neal ties up Parsons, but it's a high tackle. And now it's in the hands of Willie Rioli. Kicks inside and kicks it straight to Willem Drew, who's returned from injury today. Going to Miles over the top now. Hopefully we can take this mark. We can't, unfortunately. And he's given away another free kick. But we get a nice turnover. Berry takes the mark at half forward. Willem Drew pushing forward. And it's actually going to end up in the hands of Whitlock. He drops it. Centers the ball. Nobody home. What is going... Just somebody kick a goal, please. Berry, get rid of it. We got a ball up. Stoppage inside our forward 50. Draper hits it down to Neal, but another tackle. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, Willem Drew intercepts. Haven't seen a lot from our key forwards today, but looking for Connor Rosie inside forward 50. Can't take the mark. Gets wrapped up straight away. Draper gets the crumb and puts through his first of the day. Very athletic from the big fella. Had to reach down to the ground to pick it up and puts it straight through. Rioli at halfback now for Richmond. 20 minutes gone in the first quarter. The Tigers are in a little bit of trouble right now, but I've seen them come back from a lot worse. Obviously, they were terrible for a number of years. They won a few premierships and now they're terrible again. It's just sort of the nature, what's the circle of life is what I'm trying to say. Rosie sends it long. Whitlock is in the pocket with Larson, takes the mark. First mark for him today. Going to be having a crack at his first goal. Going to be going with that right foot. It's no good, unfortunately. Lukosius has 2 to deal with here. Can't deal with it, unfortunately. Nankervis sending the ball forward. Silvani, fantastic mark. Short little kick over the top. Can't find Draper. Horne-Francis picks it up. We've got players in space. Neal down to the goal square. Goad. Miller. Miller gets the fist to it. Can we get a tackle here? Yes, we do in the goal square on Lang. That's holding the ball. And Taylor Goad going to get a free kick on top of the goal square. And you'd think he would put this through for Port Adelaide's 7th of the quarter on quarter time. He does well. And we're going to get straight into the second quarter. We are not mucking about here today. Butters, long, Lukosius in the square, takes the mark for an early 2 and a goal within the first 40 seconds of the quarter. Doing well. It's a 33-point lead. But the Tigers looking to show a little bit of resilience. We take a good mark at half-back. Nick Newman, fantastically well done. Warple gets sat on by Stone Cold Nick Vlosten. And now Ross at half-forward, kicks to the pocket. Poor turnover, unfortunately, for Richmond. Berry down the line with Lang. Ball goes to ground. Berry giving chase. Warple over the top. Good hands by Berry. Long ball. Lukosius and Miller once again. Lukosius takes it. We have got players streaming forward. We have plenty of options. We just need to find one of them. And we find Whitlock. I was about to say Lukosius. Trying to get his first of the day now. And these Port Adelaide players, they are up. They are out for blood, if I can get my words out. Stoppage at half forward. Goad doing very well in the ruck this quarter. Can't win that hit out, unfortunately. Ross gives it up. That's incorrect disposal. Oh, that's very unlucky. Taranto does well on Butters. Ball going wide. Ends up in the hands of Vlosten. Lachie Neale standing very, very close. Now with Noah Bolter towards their full forward line. Well done, Dersma. Running back with courage. Takes a good mark. Silvani and Vlosten. Silvani has the size advantage. Takes a good mark once again. Again, we just got a ton of space inside forward 50 right now. Berry can't take the mark. Quick kick. Oh my God, on goal. How has he missed that? Ball coming back inside forward 50. Horne-Francis takes a good mark. Just weighing up his options right now, and he's got quite a few of them. Kicking to the pocket. That was probably a little bit brave. Lukosius around the body. That's not 15. Lachie Neale running into a goal. Gets tackled, unfortunately. That is holding the ball. Nicely done by Richmond. Good defensive pressure. What is Mansell doing? Surely that's play on. I don't know who that was for, but Burton's got it. And we've got a few players over the top. Lachie Neale standing by himself on top of the goal square. As soon as I praised Richmond's defense, that was absolutely horrible. And Neale, to get his first of the day, puts it through. Richmond clear it out of defensive 50. Newman with another mark. Really been impressed with him so far today. He's done very, very well. Lukosius and Horne-Francis. We've got Warple running over the top. And he's going to get an easy mark here. Just the one disposal for him today. But I swear he has been everywhere. Laying tackles, doing all of the hard bits. He puts through possibly his first goal of the year. He did miss a few games with injury, but he does well. And this has already gotten very ugly from a Richmond point of view. Rosie back in the guts now. Berry. Oh my God. Is there a mercy rule in the AFL? Berry actually hasn't kicked a goal yet so far. Hopefully he can get his first with this one. And it's swinging to the left, but it's good enough. And it is too easy right now. These Tigers, bottom of the ladder, have been absolutely awful this season. Only have the one win for the year. As Butters takes the mark, taking his time getting back off the mark as well. We've got a player running wide. It's actually Hewitt. And he's going to take another mark inside 50. We are just lining up for goal after goal after goal so far. Hewitt now yet to touch the ball. Has his first kick, and it's a goal. Another inside 50, another shot on goal as Jack Whitlock lining up for his second. Been a while since he's kicked a big bag. Hopefully we can get him some here today. And I don't know where the Tigers have gone in this second quarter, but it's a 70-point lead. Tigers finally get an inside 50, but it's straight to Ryan Burton, unfortunately for the Tigers. Burgoyne has a bit of space here at half-back. Kicking down the line, actually kicking a little bit too wide. Moraes can't take the mark. Good tackle, though, on Nathan Broad. That's holding the ball. And let's kick it a bit more centrally this time. Whitlock has 2 to deal with. Big fly from the side from Lang. And kicks it to Broad down the line now with Watkins. Over the top, looking for Mansell. Ends up with Taranto. Can they get it below 10 goals before half-time? As Tom Lynch takes it. And he's going to be a very tough kick from this angle. Basically, next to the boundary, going to be kicking from 45 metres out. And I tell you what, that's not bad, but it's offline. Now in the hands of Alga at half forward. Short little kick once again. And Sam Layla, the number 1 pick from 2024. No touches for him today. Believe he may have even been the sub. So I would need to have a look at that, as that one has hit the post, unfortunately. Nope, Josh Smiley was the sub. So Layla has not been subbed in. There's been no injuries, just a false alarm. And we need to lay a tackle here. That is excellently done. I mean, another ball up inside Richmond's defensive 50. We've got a lot more numbers around the contest than they do. Ball actually goes backwards. Jackson Mead gets dropped, and Jack Ross is going to be having a shot on goal for the Tigers. 11 disposals for him inside the first half to cut it back to 62. He puts through the Tigers' first of the quarter. Warple now, little ball over the top looking for Lukosius. Can't get the crumb. Dersma does. And an instant reply from Port Adelaide. Mark in the middle of the ground by Jackson Mead. Let's send the ball long again. Lukosius, one-on-one with Miller. I was going to say King, but it's Miller. Lukosius, another mark. 7 contested marks already today. Just the 2 goals for his efforts. That's a double 50-metre penalty. That should be 50 metres. We had 2 players from Richmond run across the front of Jack Lukosius. Very, very funny that they were allowed to do that. That, surely, if that goes out of bounds, that's insufficient intent. Never mind, it's cleared. Ball, well done by Richmond. Now it's centre-half forward for them. Great fist from behind by Burton. Now in the hands of Ross. Long ball from outside 50. It's not going to be a goal, but we stop it behind. As Burton just clears it out of defensive 50 very quickly. Miles can't stand on Vlosten and take a mark. Short little kick cut off by Burgoyne. Lukosius trying to take a mark at centre-half forward. Can't. Horne-Francis recovers the ball. Almost 22 minutes gone. Can we crack the 100 before half-time? That's my new mission in life. Mead can't take the mark. Gives it wide to Rosie. Was bumping the imaginary man. Tackle. Well done, Connor Rosie. And, yeah, we'll have a shot. Why not? 17 disposals in the first half. Has been absolutely everywhere. This kick is not good. Going long. Actually hasn't even got the legs. Ball goes to ground. Still alive. Berry lines up. Gets another one, and there's the 100. And the siren goes. Whitlock marks it at half back. But what a phenomenal first half by Port Adelaide. 16 goals to 4, including 9 to 1 in that quarter alone. Goal kicking accuracy has been pretty good, all things considered, even though I did increase the difficulty. Dersma has the 3 from not that many disposals. Lukosius 2 goals 2. Berry 2 goals 2. Hopefully they can straighten things up as we go forward. Whitlock having an impact so far has been good. Hewitt with the 1 and a whole bunch of others with 1 as well. Connor Rosie, 18 disposals, getting a lot more of the ball probably per game compared to last year, but just not hitting the scoreboard as hard. Hopefully he can keep that good form going for the rest of today. Second half underway, and now I can see why Richmond hate playing at Marvel, because they get crushed every time it happens. Another clearance, Butters going wide. Moraes, long ball, gets wrapped up. Well done, Richmond, showing a bit of resilience early in this second half. Ball up the wing now. Jackson Mead, a good mark at centre wing. Kicking towards half forward. Lukosius takes the mark directly in front of goal. Lining up for a third. Shouldn't be too difficult a kick, this one. A little bit to the left, but it's all good. He's got 3. Kicking off the second half in style. Rosie spending a bit of time at full forward in this second quarter, or second half, I should say. Rush behind, couldn't take the mark on that occasion. Whitlock standing the mark at the top of the goal square now with Nankervis, who's basically been a non-factor today. as Silvani takes the mark at half-back. We got players pushing forward. Let's just send it and see what happens. Dersma, Larson. Dersma takes it. Little snap around the body. Can't get boot to ball, unfortunately. We've got a few players there. Goad picks up the crumbs. Ball over the top. Whitlock drops it. Who's over the top? It's Rosie. That's a high tackle. We'll just take the opportunities as they come. And a third for Whitlock. I'm not sure what his season high is this year, but we must be getting close to it, because he definitely hasn't kicked more than 4. Taranto now at centre half forward. Butters standing the mark. Long ball by Richmond. Great hands by Lockie Neal. Not sure why he's playing so deep in the back line, but we'll take it. Whitlock just outbodies Lang this time around. Can't see who that is on the move at half forward. Dersma was in the end. Handball to Warple. Never reaches him. Great tackle by Warple. That was awesome. I absolutely love that. Butters just sends it in the Warple direction. Surely pay the man back. And he takes a great mark. But can he convert on the goal? Just misses to the right-hand side, unfortunately. Now, an 89-point lead. Slowly building in the second quarter, this lead, or second half. I keep saying second quarter. Not really sure why, as Jackson Mead. Another intercept mark at half forward. Down the line once again. Rosie and Miller. Rosie can't take the mark. Tries to soccer it off the ground. Quick thinking by the skipper, but doesn't work out, unfortunately. Now Gibcus and Lukosius. Little ball over the top finds Lang. Playing on quickly to Jack Ross. Clears it wide. Looking for Broad. Owen Miles intercepts. Let's kick it short. Lukosius does well. I saw another player loose at half forward. Taylor Goad. Burgoyne and Vlosten on this occasion. Vlosten actually takes the mark. So our contested marking deep inside forward 50 has not been it in this quarter, as Connor Rosie intercepts that ball. Now going to be trying for his first of the day. Just slides it to the left-hand side again. Just building in behinds right now. Warple with the intercept mark. Really well done. We've got a player wide on the half-forward line. It's Hewitt. Lukosius is pushing deep to the top of the goal square. Lockie Neal's also down there. He's got 2 to deal with. Ball might go out of bounds. Well tackled, though. And that is holding the ball. Now, I am not 100% sure about this angle, but Lockie Neal's going to have a crack. He's already got 1 goal on the day. If he can get a second here, this will be tough. He's hit the post. Long roost from Richmond, outside 50. And I think that's hit the post. Yes, it has. Unfortunate for the Tigers. Rosie sends it out at defensive 50. We've actually kicked it to a 2-on-1, which is kind of not ideal. Lockie Neal with a good contested mark does really well there. Miles just got shoved out of the contest. Going to try and run onto this one. Tackle Broad. Does well. That's holding the ball. Down the line now towards Whitlock. Takes a good mark. Rosie's on the move. Can't get it, unfortunately. So Rosie not really having an impact for us at full forward. Lukosius giving chase. Handballing it forward. Rosie gets the crumb and gets a cheap one out the back. But the Tigers will be happy they've managed to slow down the scoring in this quarter. Dersma now at full forward. Takes the mark. Just the 4 disposals for him today, but I believe he's kicked 3 goals straight. So he must be happy with that. And there's number 4. And I should say as well, the 100-point lead is up. Doing very, very nicely. Butters looking for Neal. Gets him, but actually handballs it straight to a contest. That's in the back. Ill-disciplined there. I didn't see who the Tigers defender was. Horn Francis just sends it towards goal. Moraes can't take the mark. Looking for Berry. Little kick is offline. A 3rd behind on the game for him. I think he's 2 goals, 3 now if I'm keeping track. And Connor Rosie just intercepts at the top of the goal square. There was nothing really for him to do on that play. For number 2, puts it straight through. Dersma intercepts the ball just outside the corner of the 50. You're actually going to have a crack here. Just for a bit of style points, I think we may as well. Hopefully he can squeeze this in. Not going to be a goal. Ball's almost on the goal line. Barry with the tackle. Surely that is deliberate. And it is deliberate. And Whitlock, who actually wasn't the tackler that time around, is going to get the free kick on top of the goal square. Lining up for number 4. A game-high 4 for him and Dersma. Silvani and Broad once again. Silvani can't take the mark. Has a player wide, though. In Moreas over the top, looking for Dersma. Just the forward entries in this quarter have been really poor. And that was a very risky kick by... I didn't even see who that was. But now with Layla. Looking for Vlosten. Almost got wrapped up by Burgoyne. Tommy Dow, Lockie Neal. Surely Neal takes this. And he does. Let's center the ball. We've got Berry. We've got Whitlock. Big fly from behind by Miller. Great tackle again by Whitlock. To send it down to full forward. Hopefully someone can take a mark. Connor Rosie does on this occasion. For a third of the quarter. Oh my God. And that is 3-quarter time. A disappointing way to end the quarter. I'm a little annoyed that we couldn't get that last goal. But Richmond only the one behind in that third quarter. We were 6 goals, 7. Could have been a lot better. But we're doing well. Whitlock with the 4. Dersma with the 4. Lukosius 3 goals, 2. Could be better. Rosie with 2 goals, 3. He's definitely best on ground, but could have easily kicked 4 or 5 today. Same with Berry. Rosie with the 26 disposals. Let's just finish this one strong. There's nothing really much for us to do in this one. 117-point lead. Let's just, try not to get injured. Goad now back in the ruck. He has had the massive advantage on Nankervis today. And Richmond back inside their forward 50 for the first time in a while. Zerk Thatcher takes a nice mark. Let's clear it. Go wide, looking for Horn Francis. Standing on Jack Ross. Does well. Kicking to half forward. Dersma has a big job here. Big fly from behind. Rosie was just camping out the back, looking for that cheap one over the top. Wasn't on. Rioli picks it up. Gives it forward to Ralph Smith. Great tackle once again by Horn Francis. Let's go back down the line. Dersma and Miller. Once again. Dersma takes it. Let's go long. Neal running onto it. Takes a mark on the goal line for number 2. Nicely done. 150 is up for Port Adelaide, and it is a 123-point lead. Just a panicked kick forward by Horn Francis. Lukosius just looking for someone wide. Unselfishly finds Berry. Hasn't had his best game today, but has still been an important part of our forward line. Has got plenty of the ball. Sometimes been operating further up the ground. Puts through his third. Long rebound off of half back. Rosie takes the mark. Shot on goal is tempting. Well, let's do it. Why not? Lining up for number 3. Hopefully this will be okay. Not going to be a goal. Hasn't even got the legs, and Goad going to be having a look for his second here. Already has had a fantastic game, I should say. Dominated Nankervis. I think I've said that quite a few times today. Has 2. And I do like it when our rucks can hit the scoreboard as they have done today. And Tom Lynch gets a loose ball inside 50. Takes a bounce. When was the last time Tom Lynch took a bounce? We were just so poor in the middle of the ground that time. Can we see this on the replay? Ah, look at that. That is great. But yeah, just a clearing kick by Richmond into the pocket. Ends up in their 5th goal of the day. First of the second half, I believe. Butters over the top. And Miller has actually been one of Richmond's best today. Even though his team has been horrible, he's been quite good. Marked by Lockie Neal, middle of the ground. We've got a player pushing wide. It's actually Willem Drew. Well done. Just the 4 disposals today in his first game back from injury. And if he can get a goal for his troubles, that would be lovely. It's offline, unfortunately. But we force a stoppage inside our forward 50, just about. Horn Francis, quick hands, looking for Burgoyne. Ball gets dropped. Lukosius over the top, now has 5. Stand corrected, he actually has 4. That was a boo-boo on my part. Butters, little ball over the top, looking for Dersma again. And Miller has been so good in this quarter, just in the second half as well. He is a one-man wrecking crew at fullback right now. And that time got chased down by Butters. Now Dersma all by himself over the top. Gonna take it this time. For his 5th of the day. Puts it through. We're a sneaky chance at 200, but I'm not sure about it. And we have called for the sub. Dersma is going to be subbed out, hopefully before he gets injured. Little ball to the pocket by Miller. Ends up in the hands of Connor Rosie and Horne-Francis. That wasn't 15. Oh, we probably should have just taken it with Rosie. But Arlo O'Brien will be heading into the game shortly. Dersma will be subbed out. And hopefully we can just quickly get a goal out of this before the ball leaves our forward 50. Burgoyne gets wrapped up again. It's another ball up. But Richmond don't clear it far enough to stop the risk of scoring. Newman sends it to full forward-ish. We've got a player over the top in Burgoyne. A little bit unselfish by our guys here. We could have kicked so many more goals had we just been a little bit more selfish. Rosie this time is going to take it for his third. Again to the left. It's a tough angle to kick from. Probably should have gone for the check side. Berry now. Free shot at the goals. And Silvani at the top of the goal square takes the mark. Puts it through. And I don't know how many we've kicked this quarter, but it's a 158-point game. And the Tigers are going to go home miserable today. Good intercept mark by Miles there. We've got a player short. Ends up in the hands of Willem Drew. Missed a set shot earlier today. And Zach Butters going to have a crack on goal. 24 disposals to his name. No scoring shots, I believe. And he's not going to get a goal with that kick. Just the goal kicking accuracy in the second half. Not been fantastic. Oh, Rosie just airballs that mark. Whitlock and try and kick this one off the ground. Couldn't in the end. I have no idea what happened there. I think we're all just a little bit tired. I think 200's off the cards, unfortunately. We're looking like we're going to get it at one stage. Probably not going to get it now, but if we can get 190, that would be something. Ball over the top. Arlo O'Brien gets boot to ball. Miles centers it. And Berry takes the mark. Easy done. 29 goals on the day. And it has been a messy, messy, messy final quarter and a bit. As Arlo O'Brien gets wrapped up. Good strong tackle. Might not be done yet. Horne-Francis looking short. Finds Butters. 25 minutes gone. And there goes the siren. And it hit the post with the final kick of the game. Richmond kicked 3 goals in the first quarter. Did not get anywhere near it in the final 3. Just the 2 goals, 3 in the remaining quarters. We kicked 13 goals, 12 in the second half. Richmond were absolutely horrible. I have nothing more that I need to say other than that. We got a ton of free kicks. We were excellent in the ruck. Clearances we dominated. Contested possessions were great. Marks, we got 119. I think 125 was the objective. Disposals, we crushed it. Dersma, 5 goals straight was outstanding. Connor Rosie with the 2 goals, 5. Still probably best on ground, even so. Joe Berry with the 4 goals, 3. Lukosius, Whitlock, both got 4. Excellently played. Disposals-wise, Connor Rosie, 33 on the game. Butters with the 26. Neil with the 22. No surprise, Connor Rosie with the 3 votes, Jack Lukosius with the 2, and Zane Dersma with the 1. Pretty impressive performance all round. I mean, expected considering Richmond are on the bottom of the ladder and absolutely rock bottom at that. If we have a look, we gain a good bit of percentage. I think we're in the 160s at one point. We're now up to 180. Richmond get absolutely belted, as we know. They are still firmly on the bottom of the ladder by 12%. We have the Bulldogs next, which is a prelim final rematch, I believe. And I think we might have even played the Bulldogs already today, or in this season, I should say. Anyway, Woodville West Torrens, let's get a win over them in the SANFL. We win by 5 points, and our winning streak from last season is still alive. With, is it Dyson Sharp? Yes, it is. Does very well. 37 disposals and 3 goals was best on. Joe Richards with the 2 goals. Anastopoulos got a bit of the ball as well, 30 disposals and 2 goals. Kane Farrell is back from his injury in the last video. Joe Richards is out for 2 to 3 weeks, unfortunately, with a hamstring strain. But we've now got the doggies, as we said in the next video, and that was a prelim final rematch. Kane Farrell is going to be coming back. I need to check my inbox quickly. Jacob Roberts has got hamstring tightness, so that doesn't actually affect us in the AFL side of things. But I would like to bring Kane Farrell, as I said, back into the lineup. I don't know who's going to make way. Probably not Whitlock, considering he played quite well today. And so I don't see a reason for him to be dropped at this point in time. Christian Moraes is probably going to be the unlucky one in this game. So Farrell going to go to half-back. He's been so good there over the course of this series. Logan Evans going to go to the bench. Jackson Mead, we'll put him back as the sub. Arlo O'Brien didn't really impact the game as much as I would have wanted him to as the sub, although the game is basically over at quarter time. And if I remember correctly, we've got some milestones coming up very, very soon. Next game, I'm saying, is Zach Butters' 150th for the club. So that is something that we are going to be celebrating. The last game was Nick Newman's 150th, obviously just for his career. And then we've got Lukosius's 150th coming up soon. Lachie Neale just had his 300th, so we should probably pay more attention to that. George Hewitt's also going to have his 200th in the next game as well. So a lot of milestones, a lot of celebrations. And is there anything else that we need to do? Callum Coleman-Jones has returned from his injury, which is lovely. We'll have a quick scout over the course of the rest of the league, see how the rest of the round played out. The Swans beat North Melbourne at home, did very, very well. Callum Mills with the 3 votes on the game. 31 touches and 2 goals was excellent. Geelong beat the Bombers at the MCG. Not a big game from Bailey Smith. I think he had a game a couple of episodes ago where he had 47 disposals and 3 goals. Nothing like that today. Just a very consistent game from all performers. And the Crows get another win on the year. I think that's 8 in a row from them since losing in round 1 to us. Sid Draper with the 41 disposals did get the best on ground. Ollie Wines, now playing for St Kilda, obviously did very, very well. Darcy Fogarty got the 3 goals. Phil Thorpe also doing very, very well. And if we have a quick look as well at the start of round 10, which is where we're up to now, Richmond lose again, this time up against St Kilda, so just got absolutely not as badly belted. So, I mean, they'll see that as an absolute win. But Taranto, 42 touches, did very, very well. And then North Melbourne beat Carlton up quite badly. River Stevens with the 3 Brownlow votes, as Jai Simpkin kicked 4 goals. Paddy Cripps playing a lone effort right now for Carlton. And last thing before we wrap things up for today, interstate games. Obviously we won today, so we get one of our other interstate objectives done. We've still got 3 more games that we need to win interstate, and then we need to win another 3 games from top 4 teams from last season. So hopefully we can get that done. But excellent episode, guys. Obviously a little bit one-sided. Won't be like that every week. Next game at the Adelaide Oval, it's going to be a lot closer, I promise. But that is going to do it. Thank you very much for your support. NBA 2K26 is going to be coming out on Saturday. I am going to be putting out videos this coming weekend. So, and then earlier into next week. So you probably won't get an AFL video until Tuesday. I'll obviously still do my Friday rebuild. But outside of Port Adelaide, I won't be doing any of that content until Tuesday. So just letting you know now. But thank you very much for subscribing to the channel as always. Getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you very much in advance for when we do get there. And I'll see you guys next time, which will be tomorrow. Bye.